Huh. Let's start. It's me. I know, I'm so cute, right? This was me when I was a kid, back in the 60s. I'm a Puerto Rican man from the South Bronx, first generation. My father was a boxer. My mother was a very beautiful woman, hairdresser come to assistant teacher. And I was very happy as a child until something happened. When I was about 3 years old, I used to love cartoons and the Mighty Hercules. And I tell this story all the time because I think about it at this age and I always come back to it. When the Mighty Hercules made a muscle, these lightning bolts came out. And when lightning bolts came out, I got very excited. And I told my mother, my best friend, Mommy, my pee-pee stands up when I see Hercules. And it was a cute moment when I think back on it, but that was the moment where my life changed. It was that exact tiny little moment where everything kind of just got formed. My track was made. And I know that it changed my life and it changed my mother's life. Later on, I knew there was something wrong with me because she was so scared. She told me not to tell my father, to tell anyone. She jumped up and down. She kept asking me if I wanted to be a girl. And it just told me that there was something off. So I stayed within myself. Comic books. And by the way, my mother fed me a lot of comic books too. And thanks to her, that I just really grew this love of comic books. I got deep into comic books, and comic books became my refuge. I was safe there. Comic books with beautiful colors and beautiful costumes. Except I love comic books so much, and then I realized that comic books didn't love me. Because of all those characters, there was no one that looked like me, or looked like my family, or looked like anyone in my family, or any of my friends, or any of my neighborhood. So if that doesn't happen, if you're not reflected, does that mean that you're invisible? Does that mean that you don't exist? No, fuck that. So I decided to try to change things. I created one of the first interventions for gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender youth back in the early 80s called Tales of the Closet. I'm very proud of that. It went to all the high schools, part of the multicultural initiative. Then afterwards, I joined Milestone Media. And by the way, they came looking for me because of this comic book. And they part of DC Comics, and they wanted me to help create superheroes of color and true diversity. We even had like transgender superheroes. We had gay superheroes, lesbian superheroes, Latino superheroes. We had different types of color, and all of them with agency, not just like the sad friend who gets beat up in the after-school special. After that, I worked in the mainstream. I was the first. This is Milestone, by the way. Look how beautiful my characters are. And yes, we did kick Superman's ass once, so I'm very proud of that. When I worked at Marvel, I became the first Latino writer to have a monthly title at Marvel Comics in 1995. So it was kind of late. Afterwards, by the way, mainstream comics didn't love me back then either. So, thank you so much for the Ballad of WHAM, KABAM, Creative Capital. I was able to create a fantastical history of the people of color of America using the superhero tropes and all those beautiful mythologies and fairy tales that we all love, and a lot of like stories from around the world and like Little Mermaid stuff and all that kind of stuff mixed in to tell the story. It starts with the root. The root is the Caribbean story. This is Quillo, a young Taino woman. She's born on the same day that Columbus arrives and witnesses the subjugation and destruction of her people. She gains powers out of desperation. And fights back. And by the way, the things that I learned and the research I do on Taino people, it breaks my heart to find out the truth of what happened to these people. And they did not just roll over or get sick and die and stuff like that. They fought back for hundreds of years. So I'm very proud of that, and this is her story. All these people in these stories are her bloodline. The next story is about WHAM, KABAM. WHAM, KABAM is the son of slaves, a hero in World War I, and like so many other black men in America became true heroes in Europe. When they came back, he founded a town of like-minded, other powerful folks, but in the age of birth of a nation in the KKK, it didn't last too long. America is his granddaughter, a reluctant young hero of the Civil Rights era who's frozen in time and resurrected in present times. She walked next to Martin Luther King, and she wakes up and sees how the world has not really changed that much. Kid KABAM, another grandson, fights for respect and recognition as a hero during Giuliani time, and creates a team of ignored heroes until 9/11 happens. And whatever brings us to date, whatever is social service agency that deals with powered youth and with life in the times of the Black Lives Matters. So, what do I need? I've been working so hard, I've been drawing so hard, I've been inking, writing. I've read hundreds of pages already, I've designed hundreds of characters. It's just a lot of work. I plan to launch this, I know, right? I plan to launch these characters late next year in 3 different countries in 3 different languages, digital and print. So, this is my ask, and I need to do this really quickly, don't I? Sorry about that. Time to write and draw. Residencies, please. I love residencies, and I love to travel overseas, not only to learn about the people, but just to kind of give myself time to chill and do the work. Legal help, meaning partnerships, publicists, agents, please. Distributors, print, web, international, air miles, that will help. Studio space, and more work, more love, more fun, more joy. And by the way, Creative Capital, thank you so much for giving me something really beautiful to live for. This kind of caps up my life, I think, and I think I would be very happy to. This is the last project. Thank you very much.